well, I don't know. Most of you are like me, and we just love to compete. So I play to win. There is no apology for playing to win. I've sat here before. I've watched my podcast one time, and I go, I am sorry, but I play to win. And I go, why was I saying I'm sorry? I'm not sorry. If we don't win, we don't eat. Okay? If we don't win, I can't continue to grow my company. I can't continue to hire people. I can't continue to buy trucks. I can't pay people. So we're here to win. Period. Hey, this is Greg McAfee, and welcome to the Greg McAfee Show. Now let's get started. Hi, Greg McAfee here. Welcome to the Greg McAfee Show. As you can see, we've got some new table here going on. We've got just a whole new look in here. I kind of refurbished this place, updated it a little bit, put some new cameras in. Much more modern looking table, I think. I mean, everything looks good. So hopefully you'll have a good speaker here today, and it helps you grow your business and help you with customer service today, because that's what we're going to talk about. So basically, I was, you know what? I've got to go through my little spiel here on. If you guys have not subscribed to the YouTube or to the pod channel, feel free to do so, because each week I put out this content because I really want to see each of you grow your business and sleep better at night. So if you hit that subscribe button right there, turn on the notifications, and every Tuesday when I put out a new episode, you'll be the first to see it. So today we're going to talk about customer service. I mean, I think it's probably one of the most second most important thing you can talk about. I think first is your employees, because without employees, it doesn't matter how many customers you have. You won't be able to serve them. Okay, so I was interviewed this week, and a school interviewed me to talk to their teachers, and they wanted to improve their customer service in their classrooms and in their school. So they sent me a questionnaire, and I thought, when I was reading the questionnaire, I thought, these are great questions. I think we'll use them in our podcast, and that's what we're going to try to do today. So question number one, I'm not going to go through this as in depth as I did for them, but please tell us about yourself, your role with the company. Okay, so in 1990, I actually got married, bought a house, and started McAfee Heating and Air. So we're going on our 31st year. I served in the Marine Corps for a couple years, got out, served in the reserves. I worked for Firestone Tire and Rubber Company. It was a very large warehouse distribution center, and Firestone held my job when I went in the Marines, and when I got out, I went back to work, but I took a refrigeration course in the Marine Corps, and I liked it. So when I got out and went back to work, I took heating and air conditioning in the evenings. So then when I graduated from heating and air school, I went and got a heating and air job, and literally took a 50% pay cut to get into heating and air. And as I talk to young people all over, I really try to emphasize, you don't have to start out at the top. You can start out at the bottom and work your way up. And it seemed to work out for me. So that's a little bit about me. I do have I'm married for 31 years as well. Easy to remember. We just celebrated 31-year anniversary, April 6th. But I'm married to a wonderful wife, Naomi, who puts up with me. And we have 2 great children, Travis and Tiffany. Travis lives in Boston. He's going to Boston College. And Tiffany is a junior in high school. She goes to Dayton Christian. And today she's actually rowing in Cincinnati. There was a tournament, and you say, Greg, why aren't you there? Well, my wife actually took her because with the COVID-19 rules, they're at a national park, and parents aren't allowed to watch their kids row outside. That's a whole nother class, folks, but it's just pure ridiculous, and it ticks me off every time I talk about it. So anyway, my wife took her there, and I've been getting a lot done here, but I've been staying in touch with them and finding out how they're doing, and they should be done. Today's Saturday, by the way. I'm recording this late because of the remodel in this room. Probably some TMI going on here, but now you know. So anyway, that's just a little bit about Greg. I own McAfee Heating and Air. We've worked our way to number 1 in the residential market here in Dayton, Ohio. We have about 500 or so heating and air conditioning companies, but we only compete with a handful, and we've just got a great team, and we're looking forward to a great year, 2021. If you have any questions, shoot me an email at greg@mcair.com, or when you watch this, you can respond and say, hey, Greg, I've got a question. I'll answer it there. Whatever you want to do. So anyway, that's a little bit about myself. We talked about, they said one of the things I've learned over time, the head of schools said this, one of the things I've learned over time is the experience we provide to a customer, the wow factor. It can make a great lasting impression. How do you deliberately try to create experiences for your customer? Well, I'll tell you, we're in Dayton, Ohio. Like I said, we have a little bit over 1 million population, and that includes homeowners and renters. So we're serving the homeowner. We're serving the home. Of course, we work on rental properties. We go through the landlord who pays the bill and all that good stuff. But our baby is Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner. Mr. or Mrs. or Miss, whatever, homeowner. That's who we deal with. So how do we deliberately get a wow? And I'll be honest with you, we look for wows. When you go to our Google reviews, we have about 1,650 Google reviews. If you Googled the word wow in my reviews, it would come up several times. So that's what we look for. We look for wow. And how do you get a wow? You get a wow by doing what others aren't willing to do. You get a wow by doing what the customer expects without having to ask them for it. Which next week we're actually going to talk about Steve Jobs, and that's what Steve Jobs did well, was he didn't have to ask the customer what they wanted. He came out with what they needed, and it's a pretty good concept. But you just do what others aren't willing to do. Give me an example, Greg. Will do. Here's a couple prime examples. We guarantee our first time of the day. So whether it's 7:30 a.m. or 8 a.m., we guarantee we will arrive on time. So it's our responsibility. It's our technicians, our installers, our air duct cleaners, whoever it is. It's our responsibility to make sure we leave in time to get to a home on time. And what's on time mean? Well, we better get there at least, at the minimum, of 5 minutes before so we can sit out front. Unless you've called them and they said, go ahead and come in, there's really no bonus points for walking in the door early. Actually, I've said this before, but if a mom or a parent is getting a child ready and you arrive 5 or 10 minutes early, you might have just thrown off their entire morning. And you don't get any brownie points for being early. But you do get a lot of brownie points for being on time. So we sit out in the truck for about 1 minute till, and then we get our tool pack, whatever it is, toolbox, tool pack, bag. We get a card. We have our ID on us. and we walk up to the door with shoe protectors in hand. So there's another wow. We put our shoe protectors on as we walk in the door. It doesn't do any good to put your shoe protectors on before the customer sees you putting them on, or as far as they know, you walked up to the house with your shoe protectors on, and now you're going to walk in their house with dirty shoe protectors. So everything is thought out as much as we can to get a wow. And then we just guarantee our work. We're going to be very kind, courteous, prompt. We're going to keep the customer informed on what they need or what we find out and all that good stuff. Everything is going to we're going to do our best to get a wow. And it's on purpose. A wow is on purpose. So I just want you to think, what's your morning look like? I've described our morning and just some of the things we do, some of the expectations we have. I don't like to call them rules. We call them expectations. These are expected of our team. These are expected of our company. This is the McAfee way. If you worked for Ford, or you worked for Honda, or you worked for Toyota, you would do things the Ford way, the Honda way, the Toyota way, which there's actually a couple books out there called The Toyota Way. When I was in the Marine Corps, I had to do things the Marine Corps way. But at McAfee, we have the McAfee way. And these are expectations of our team to make sure we do, which generally create a wow in some sense. Number 3, let's see. Can you talk about your variance target audiences? So yes, we do have everyone listening today. We do have different generations we serve. If you're going to work for Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, you're going to serve different generations from Gen X, a few Gen Ys now own homes or buying homes now, but Gen X, the baby boomers, the greatest generation ever, which is World War II generation. There's still some out there. There's still some out there that own homes. Matter of fact, it's somewhere around a 15 to 20 percentile of generation, the greatest generation ever, still live in their home, and we serve them. So there is 4 generations that we serve. Why do I say that? Well, if we're trying to get a wow, do you think putting a old Honeywell round thermostat on a Gen Y or a Gen X home is going to get us a wow? Not at all. I mean, I think they still do make a Honeywell round thermostat, minus the mercury, but they're still out there. And from time to time, we actually will put in a round thermostat with large numbers for the greatest generation ever, who have poor eyesight. They don't want anything fancy. They just want something that they're used to, and they like that, and it works well. So you have to understand how we talk, especially a sales team, how we talk as service techs, how we talk as installers. And if you own a plumbing business or a home improvement business or anything like that, you just put your team's title in there and you'll figure it out. But there's a big difference. There's a big difference. We may text a Gen Y, Gen X, or a baby boomer. We may text them and say we're on the way. But there's some baby boomers, and there's definitely some majority of the greatest generation ever. We're not going to text them. We're going to call them. We're going to let them know we're on the way. They appreciate that. They're used to that. They like that. So I want you to think about that term. They're used to that. And I like things I'm used to. and you like things you're used to. And anytime somebody does something different, unless you're prepared for it, it's not considered customer service. Good customer service, rather. So, that's some of the things we do for the generations we serve. And I can go on and on and on with that. We're definitely putting in a smart thermostat that you can access from our phone, and you can access from your phone anywhere you are, and you can control your thermostat from your phone. And that's going to be definitely the Gen Y, definitely the Gen X, and a majority of baby boomers. So know your customer, know their age, know their demographics. We really do. We study, we're looking at the home, especially on sales call, 100% sales calls. We're studying their home. We're going to pull up their home on Google. Not only are we going to do a load calculation, which is going to get us a wow, because our load calculation is 90% done when we get there. And some of our good competition, they do load calculations, but most of them don't have them done when they get there. But we have them done when we get there. So we're looking at their home. We're looking at kind of car when we pull up. We're going to look at the cars they drive or the cars in their garage, and we're going to look at how do they keep their house up. Is it landscaped well? Is it painted, or is everything in order? Is it neat? It's going to tell us the kind of customer they are. And then as we walk through the door, we're going to take a glimpse around. We're going to look, and we're going to take a scope per se of the work of the home. And first thing our sales team is going to do is try to find something in common. If they haven't already, if it's not the car, if it's not the landscape, if it's not a similar house as theirs, they're going to look around. They're going to find something in that home. If I find something that's up on these shelves here, if they have a Harley, I have a Harley. I've had a Harley. Got my first Harley when I turned 40. If they have Harley stuff, if they have Marine Corps, any Marine Corps stuff, we got something in common. We're going to talk, because either they served in the Marine Corps, or their children served in the Marine Corps, or somebody in their family served in the Marine Corps. So that gives me something to talk about. And that's a lot of fun. So I hope you guys like this. This is so much better than what we used to have here. Let me find something here real quick. There we go. You guys see that? There we go. That's better. That's better. Okay, so I'm getting used to this. It's new, and I really like it. But, I was really comfortable. We've made, I think this is the 22nd or 23rd podcast, and that means that's 22 or 23 weeks worth of making podcasts, and I got used to all the equipment. This is all new, and so I just got used to things. So I'll get used to this, and we'll go on. But I like the look. I like things behind me. It's more modern, all that good stuff. So anyway, number what is it? Number 4. How do you go about helping them? There are times when we get someone who's upset or critical, or who may have an honest concern. And how do you go about helping them, as well as giving them a good experience to retain them as a long-term customer? So first of all, there are times when people are going to be, I often say this, but, our building was perfect until the first person walked through the door. That means there are no perfect people. Your customers don't walk on water, and neither do you. So, you have to deal with people, and I guess we just try to go out of our way to please people, and we know we're not going to please everyone. We've been called back to homes. We've been called, rather, and called every name in the book as far as that goes. But we've been called back to homes to, you scratched our wall in a room we weren't in. Our piano now has a scratch in it since you were here. We weren't even close to the piano. But we take care of it. We settle out. We move on. And that's just what we do. We've broken hose spigots where we never touched the hose spigot. It was on the side of the house we never went to. And again, we settle out, we fix it or whatever, and we move on. Now, have we scratched walls, broken doors, cracked windows? Our air duct cleaning trucks, they used to be diesel, and the exhaust would blow out really hot air. Have we killed grass because we didn't put the proper tube on the exhaust to route it down somewhere else? Yes. We've done all kinds of stuff. We've broken, oh my goodness, we've broken a whole. There was a credenza full of Disney collection ceramic stuff. Customer told our technician he had to move it to get to the ductwork, and customer told technician, don't touch that. I got it. Oh, I got it. And he moved it, and they all fell. And it's been probably 10, 15 years, but I recall it cost me somewhere around $2,500 to $3,000 to replace some of those ceramic Disney characters, and gladly rather, I was able to find them. It could have been worth a lot more. Needless to say, that was a helper. He was only with us 6 months or so. I didn't fire him because of that, but he didn't stick. So here a guy that was only here with us 6 months, did something like that and just causes us problems. But what did we do? We ordered new, we fixed it, and we moved on. And that's just what you have to do across the board. If you don't take care of people, you won't be in business long. And as hard as it is sometimes, as hard as it is to fix things that you didn't do, or repair things or paint things or whatever, but I will tell you this, a lot of times you just ask the customer, Mr. Customer, what's it going to take? What's it going to take to make you happy? And you might be thinking $200-$300, and they just say, if you could buy the paint, I'll take care of it, and that'd be great. So we always ask the question first: what would you like to see? What would you like us to do? All those types of things, and then you get where they're coming from, and you get it fast too sometimes. But anyway, that's what we do, and that's how we take care of people. That's how we have 1,650 plus Google reviews, and that's how we have a 4.9 rating, which is really hard to do. Let's see. Number 5. We all hope our organization has distinctive perceptions. His background was in positioning research, understanding how the client perceived an organization in relationship to its competitors. We don't operate, because I know you don't operate in a vacuum. You have competition. What is it that sets you apart from the competition? And, I hate to say this again, but it's taking care of people. It's doing what the competition isn't willing to do. And it's being prompt. It's being on time. It's having a sense of urgency and taking care of the customer fast. It is, I don't know. Most of you are like me, and we just love to compete. So I play to win. There is no apology for playing to win. I've sat here before. I've watched my podcast one time, and I go, I am sorry, but I play to win. And I go, why was I saying I'm sorry? I'm not sorry. If we don't win, we don't eat. Okay? If we don't win, I can't continue to grow my company. I can't continue to hire people. I can't continue to buy trucks. I can't pay people. So we're here to win. Period. and I'm going to do whatever it takes to beat my competition. I'm out to win. My team's out to win. I hire winners. And they also ask in this same question, they ask, what do customers say about your organization? And I turned it back to the 4.9 rating, the 1,650 Google reviews, the hundreds, thousands of reviews that come into our company where people don't want to leave a review. And it's a 4.8, 4.9 rating. So, 1 to 2% of the people were not happy with our services. And even though we, took care of them, you're not going to make everybody happy. It's not, it's not a perfect world. That's not going to happen. And then, do you spend time trying to stay distinctive to keep your market niche? Yes, you better be. If you're not, again, you're not going to win. You're not going to have high profit margins. You're not going to have a successful business, because you should be doing things others aren't willing to do. What's your niche, Greg? Well, at McAfee, my niche is residential. I'm 95% residential. And the only reason there's about 5% commercial is because we do some work for doctors and dentists and small shops that have residential units in it. And they ask, our customers own those places or work in those places, and they ask us to work on it. That's the only reason. Our niche is residential. I've said this before, but we're successful. We're as successful because of what we don't do rather than just what we do. And we don't work on oil furnaces. And our team says, thank you, Greg. We don't work. I just choose not to work on boilers. Some of us know how to work on boilers, but it's just not our expertise. We don't do any new construction at all. Zero. I actually did my home. I built a new home in 2001, and we did our home. And there's probably some things in our home I don't like because we don't do new construction every day. And I tried to do a custom job, but there's just some little things that we're just not good at it, so we'd rather not play in it. As you know, new construction, if you're in the construction home service world, new construction's a totally different market. And I would just rather do a job and get paid upon completion. That's our niche. So there's a lot of things we don't do. And what we do is our niche and our expertise. And we try to do it better than anyone. I hope that makes sense. Number 6. It's one thing for a marketing department to always be thinking about how we are perceived or about customer service, but we need the whole organization to think about creating quality experiences. How do you get everyone in your organization to embrace excellence in customer service? Well, that comes from training and educating, because not everyone you hire is going to understand that. You have to train them and educate them how important it is to take care of the customer. The customer is number one. The employee's number one. I changed my view on that, and I wish I wouldn't have said that. Our customers are very, very important, but our team's more important because without our team servicing our customer, we just wouldn't have customers. So, but our customer is right no matter how wrong they are. I will say that. Our customer is right no matter how wrong they are, and we just have to take care of them. And again, we take care of them in different ways, but calling when we're on the way, wearing shoe protectors in the home, getting done in a good amount of time, and making sure a quality. I'm a sole owner of McAfee, so I do a lot of things different than some of the bigger companies. There's companies out there, doing 20, 30, 50, 150. I get the privilege of going and visiting Gettle Air in Las Vegas. Ken Goodrich is the owner, and he invited me to his facility in Las Vegas to learn how they do things and why. And I'm I'm excited about going. I'm looking forward to it. Get to go this month. But they're doing somewhere around 160 to 180 million a year. High quality company. But at McAfee, buying American's really important to me. So I private label everything we do. So we're going to put my name. The McAfee equipment is going to be as much made in America as possible. My hometown, Dayton here, my Dayton, my area of work, they like that. We had a huge GM plant leave here, and it was sad because they could have stayed. But anyway, so people here in Dayton, they like made in USA. A lot of blue collar, a lot of great blue collar people, a lot of great light blue collar workers, and they, for the most part, like made in USA. There are some people who don't care, and that's fine. We sell to them too. So there's a lot of things we do that other companies don't do. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm constantly looking for those things. Let's find out how to make the buying easier for our customers. That's what we'll do. It's not a normal practice in my territory anyway. Okay. Last, number 7. Are there any nuggets you would like to share to help us on our journey to develop a strong reputation in our community and to build strong customer service? Well, that's going to be the brand. And the brand, you can brand a school, and you can brand a company, and you can brand a hamburger, and you can brand a mouse, and you can brand definitely a computer, the Apple. I think it's called a mini Apple. I got a mini Apple hiding under here somewhere. That screen there is my Apple screen. So I've got an Apple, a Mac is what it is, and that's what it is. And so it's pretty neat. I like my setup here so far. So again, you're going to build a brand. And how strong a brand do you want? What does your brand represent? What does your brand mean? We've done a lot of surveys and a lot of testing and a lot of third-party, questionnaires to homeowners that they didn't even know who was asking the questions. And we have actually, our McAfee equipment has actually come in at a higher rating than a national brand of equipment. If I mentioned their names, you would know them. They're strong brands. But in Dayton, Ohio, I've branded McAfee so well that we are top of mind and, more well-known, top of mind than some of these other brands. And it's on purpose. Because I was a loyal Bryant dealer for 13 years. And I branded Bryant so well that people would call our office and they thought it was Bryant. And that's when it hit me. I visited my mentor, Mark Swepston, in Columbus, Ohio. They were private labeling some equipment, and it just hit me. I should be doing that. And it was a process getting that started, but we chose, after about 3 to 4 months, we chose to go 100% McAfee brand. And the reason is I didn't like customers asking which one is better. Excuse me. I didn't like that. So I just did away with Bryant, and we went 100% McAfee. And, we sell equipment that's made in the same factory. There's only 5 or 6 manufacturers that make 100 brands today. So everyone private labels. And So we just try to build a strong brand, and we want people to recognize us. We want people to compliment us, use us, give us reviews, tell their friends, tell their family, keep our installed by McAfee signs out longer than anyone else. We want that, and it's on purpose. And we really do. We sit around and we brainstorm. How can we build a stronger brand? What can we do? It's our online presence. We're producing some new commercials next week that are going to be for TV and YouTube and internet and Facebook, and all week long. I'm going to be at different homes that we've rented to do these TV commercials. There's 5 or 6 titles that we have come up with, and it's going to rock. I mean, it is. I've invested a nice chunk in these, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see them. I've went through the whole script in my mind with my team, and we're excited. It's just going to be good, and I definitely will share those as soon as they get done. But if you want to see some of our commercials, just go to our website, McAfee Heating website. It's mcair.com, mcair.com. Find the commercials and watch. There's probably 7 or 8 of our top TV commercials on there, 30-second spots that you can enjoy. They're top notch. I call most of them Super Bowl spots because they're that good. And actually, some of them have been on the Super Bowl as spots right here in the Dayton area. So there's a lot of nuggets, but you've got to want it. You've got to want a strong brand. You've got to want people to think of you. You want a high-quality brand. You want a high-rating brand. When someone thinks of heating and air, who do they think of first? Hopefully you're in the top 3. We've worked really hard for 31 years, and every study or survey, we always come out number 1, and by a substantial amount sometimes too. We do have one competitor that got really, really close to us one year, and we pulled ahead, and we've pulled ahead. Let's just say that. So that was focusing on customer service. Customer service is extremely important. A lot of you guys running businesses, you're great technicians. There's some things you don't understand about business. You admit it. I admit it. I had to teach myself a lot. Financials is one, but customer service is another. So customer service is very important in your business and taking care of people. And I hope this helps. Have a great day. Carry on. And I'll see you next week. We're going to talk about Steve Jobs and some of the stuff he did that we need to be thinking about doing in our little world. So have a great day.